Hello, hello, everybody.
Talofa.
Is that short for Talopalava?
Yes, yes.
Talofa.
Talofa is just the hello. Talofalava is more of like a formal way of greeting in Samoan.
Nice. I like that. I'm True,
And I'm Hanale.
and we're here with you today in honor of the new moon in Leo. So, welcome and thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. And yeah, so let's get into it. Have you ever wondered how ancient energies, powerful animal spirits, and cosmic influences can come together to generate more strength, power, and magic in our lives? Today, we're diving into the fascinating connection between the ancient city of Teotihuacan and the mighty Jaguar spirit and the vibrant energy of the new moon in Leo.
I'm really excited to dive deeper into Jaguar medicine and then learning more about the spirit animal and how to apply it to your life and apply it to setting new moon intentions and just really pouncing into your possibility.
Pouncing into your
Yes,
possibilities.
right?
I got that. That was a good one. He's so sneaky. So, the new moon in Leo is a very powerful time for new beginnings, of course, and bold self-expression.
Mm.
We've all seen we've all seen that movie Madagascar, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Alex the
Alex.
lion, right? They did such a silly job, but that's real. Like that's the lion king, right? The
Mm-hmm.
pride of the jungle, and that Leo energy is the performer, is but at the same time, as a performer, you only see the highest and highlights and brightest of what they want to show and reveal in that like courageous energy. You won't see the work and effort and like how much it takes to get to that place of inner courage and
Mm-hmm.
strength. And what the lions have to go through, to earn their place. Don't they have to like fight for their place? And he was like acting or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they
They
have to
did such
fight
a
for their
cute
place.
job with that.
Some of the qualities I've noticed of a lot of the Leos in my life, they're very confident, creative, and
Yeah.
brave. Bravery is kind of like a key word I think of when I think of Leo energy. And the only placement I have in my chart that has Leo is my Mars. And so when it comes to taking action, that's like when you'll start seeing some of that.
Leo's in my eighth house. It's like, you know, and romance. Anyway, but I wanted to tie that into the big cat energy that we have with the Jaguar also.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the performer. You'll never see a magician reveal his tricks, right? Magicians don't tell their secrets.
And that's
And
very similar to how the jaguar stalks its prey. With
mhm.
that, I'm just going to dive just a little bit into the kit that we have, guys. Also, if you did not get a chance, we do always have our new moon and full moon worksheets for those who opted out of kits or just wanted to find another avenue in how to channel in all the energies of any of the new moons or full moon ceremonies that we have. I know I have a little binder of these myself because I like to go in after ceremony and
Yeah,
journal and just, integrate everything that I've learned.
self-reflect for
Yeah.
sure.
So you can go grab that from the website. And yeah, so Jaguar medicine. This is what we're going to be working with today in tandem with the Teotihuacan. So in your kit, you should have received your Jaguar whistle. This is a really interesting piece to work with. Um, for sound for a sound tool, I'm not too familiar with these whistles, and so when I first played
Yeah.
mine, I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah, right?
We also have your Stealth Perfume and Candle Duo. I'm gonna go ahead and let you
Yeah,
smell
and
that
these are
one.
handmade.
Yeah, these are all hand poured, handmade here in Sage Goddess. And so
Mm.
notes that you'll be finding here, we've got fern, which is
Beautiful.
great for healing mind, body, and soul. A touch of mugwort, and then a beautiful blend of Palo Santo, clove, ginger, and you'll find
Mm.
the same notes in the candle.
Fern, also in cinnamon in this one, right?
Yes, and cinnamon. So there's a bit of spice, and I think what's really interesting
Yeah.
with the combination of these ingredients, the goal was like the jaguar. You'll smell the fern first and foremost, but there's that hint of spice, and so that spice kicks you a little
Mm-hmm.
towards the end. It pounces on you, right?
Gets you.
You also have your incense crafting kit. We have our white copal. This is going to be, it's actually one of my favorite resins to work with. It's sacred to a lot of the indigenous people of Central and South America. We also have cinnamon powder. We have clove powder and palo santo here. This is going to be for our incense crafting. It's going to be a beautiful blend. I actually made a little proto earlier and I was burning it downstairs. Love it. You
Nice.
also get a little jar here. This is going to have your infused mako powder. Mako powder is used to help the
Ignite,
incense
right?
burn
Yeah.
longer and ignite on its own. And it's actually infused with the stealth perfume oils.
Mm.
And then lastly, we have our yellow Evan. Not lastly, but we have our yellow aventurine
Incense
burner.
burner. Mm-hmm.
And I like this because it's connected to your solar plexus, and so this is going to be great for your personal power, boosting your vitality, action, and confidence, and all qualities that I find in this fiery sign of Leo.
Yes.
You know, like a lot of the Leos that I've met, they're very confident in themselves, and so I always aspire to be like a Leo when it comes to leaning into my own personal power.
And passion.
And yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, with the new moon being in Leo, um, it's a time for us to really like set our intentions that align with our deepest desires and passions and plant the seeds, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
in what ways can you reflect on yourself and who you're being and how you've been presenting yourself? And especially coming out of Cancer energy, Cancerian energy is very, watery and
Nurturing,
fluid.
yeah.
And, well, crabs, they also like, they
Hide in their shells.
yeah, so how can you come out of your shell and, shine your light into the world in an authentic way that inspires and generates, and generates an opportunity for others around you to not see that and that energy and think, ugh, and write it off, but to be like, wow, I want to be like that too. Like, that's really inspiring to me. I want to pull that out of myself as well, right? So, how can you be compassionate with that confidence? Yeah, I would like to think of this time as a cosmic invitation to step into our power and let our unique light radiate into the world and be very, what is that word? Accepting of how others shine their light also,
I like
without
that.
judgment. So yeah, Leo's energy is all about confidence and creativity and heart-centered living. You hear like heart of a lion, right?
Oh yeah.
So it encourages us to take the center stage in our own lives, to be seen and heard, and to pursue our dreams with that sense of passion and enthusiasm and leadership. And but humility also, knowing that like leaders aren't just people with a lot of followers. Leaders are the ones who choose to go first and show the way.
The way I was taught about leadership and how to become a leader, it's not for a sense of control, but rather for service. You serve others
Exactly.
in order to lead them.
Yes.
And so, like, to really get an
Yes.
understanding of who it is that you're leading into the trenches or leading wherever it is that you're leading them, you have to be with them, in service of them first.
Exactly. Kind of step out of your own way.
Mm-hmm.
And some people can think, you've heard the judgments of Leo energy being prideful or full of themselves or whatever, but it really does take a lot to step into the light and to go first and to be
Yeah.
seen. And we all want to be seen. We all want to feel heard. We all want to feel validated. So it's a perfect time to explore what brings us joy and what really makes us happy and how we can express our creativity in an authentic way, whether it's through art, writing, dance, any form of personal expression, maybe having a conversation that's hard because freedom is on the other side of having hard conversations. And yeah, Leo's influence just helps us to tap into our potential and share it with the world. So remember the energy that you bring to your intentions now is going to set the tone for the growth and opportunities that are to come the rest of this month and for the rest of this year.
Like that. So I think with that being said, and with intention, if you guys want to go ahead and take a moment to really think about what it is that you're drawing in with this new moon, what seeds are you planting? What possibilities are you pouncing into? That has been stuck in my head, y'all. Pounce, pounce, pounce. This Jaguar, we're just gonna go ahead and cleanse our space. I'm gonna open our circle and just so that we can dive in and, learn more from the energies of this new moon. I also like this one because it's so close to Lionsgate 8/8. The portal for 8/8 is already open, but it's going to be at its peak on 8/8 itself.
I'm so ready for change.
So just lighting a bit of our Palo Santo here, and
so ready for change.
That's what I also like about fire. Fire has the power to destroy, but also to kind of clean the slate to allow new growth in.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what the creative energy is, to generate change and transformation. There has to be a shake-up and if everything stayed the same, nothing would change. So there's kind of like magic in the madness.
Magic in the madness. I like that.
Yeah.
Or am I just magically mad? Go ahead and open our circle. With the circle open, I look to the east, the element of air. I invite the guardians of the element of air. I ask that you take us up on your flight, on your wings, flight of transformation, winds of transformation, and breathing life into us. Taking a deep breath as they are invited in. And then I look to the south. The element we'll be sitting in for this new moon, the element of fire, the element of creativity, of boldness, of courage, of leadership, asking that you burn away what's no longer serving us so that we may plant new seeds, plant into the new earth. And then to the west, I look to the water, the guardians of the water, inviting them in to flow through us, in us, around us, reminding us to always be in that fluid motion of transformation and just allowing ourselves to adapt to any changes and, again, to release and to let go of what's not serving. Then I look to the north, the elements of earth. I invite you and ask that you provide us with your stability as you plant these new seeds under this new moon in Leo. I look above to our angel guides, our guardians. I look below to our ancestors, those who came before us. And I look to the element of spirit all around us who connects us all. And with that,
I had a vision. So I'm from Topanga Canyon. And my home has burned many times. I've even suffered the loss of my home burning when I was a child. And my mother did too, actually. But in this vision, I saw the mountain burning, and the word regeneration came through. And yeah, just that energy, sometimes the fire, you can burn so bright that it destroys. But from that ash, like the phoenix, like you and I at the Scorpio, there's always life after death. The cycle always continues. The rain always comes. And so I just saw this regeneration of burn away all that no longer serves, but know that the seeds and everything is still there, in some way, somehow new life will sprout, will come through.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Whenever you describe your visions to me, I'm always like, okay, get your imagination going so I can follow along with you. But I love that you share those visions with us. You know, they always intrigue me. And again, half the time, if I'm ever staring at you and I'm spaced out, it's because I'm literally there with
You're
you.
seeing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've seen my mountains of my homeland burn to ash many times. And it used to really frighten me, but now I just accept it as part of the transformation and what has to
Mm.
happen. And
Mm-hmm.
then you revisit and you see new life among the burnt branches even, and it's something really beautiful. So that was the vision I received, and I thought it was very appropriate to share.
Before we get into our incense crafting, because that's going to be the main thing we'll be doing tonight, and then we also have a bit of a meditation prepped up for you guys just to help embody this energy a little more. I like to anoint myself a bit before I do the actual physical work. So I'm just anointing my wrists here for everything that I'm going to be doing. If I feel like I need some support in my words, I'll do my throat. And then I like to do the bottom of my feet typically, but ankles is fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and light our candle, just to invite even more fire energy into our space.
I'd still use it even if you put it on the bottoms of your feet.
You know, the other day during one of our SGTVs, I was talking about how I have just a bunch of things in my shoes because, you know, I quite literally like to walk into success. I like to walk into abundance. I like to walk into this and that. And so
Yeah.
you'll see little charms and petitions and dollar bills in my shoes because I firmly believe that wherever your feet are placed, you know,
Yeah, there you
those are
are.
places of power. Yeah, this is where you are. That's the present moment for you. So I'm very mindful of what it is that I use to anoint my feet.
Yes. Ooh, this smells like a rock star.
Right, so the first note that I'm really smelling from here is the fern. It's that green note, but then that spice does come through
Yes.
again, kind of
Right
sneakily,
after.
right
Exactly.
after, exactly. So you feel safe and nurtured with this fern, and then the spice is like, rawr.
Yeah, it's like when you pet a kitten and they're so cute and then they bite you.
Mm.
That always makes me laugh how spunky, like, the innocence of puppies and kittens and, like, animals can be. And then how, like, you know, and they're relentless.
Yes.
They're relentless.
They are relentless.
They don't,
They don't
stop.
They do not stop.
Yeah.
I think I've had one like biting my fingers for ages. Like,
Right?
"Please
And they're
stop."
ferocious and they won't stop. Oh my gosh, yeah. So this is a time for community and connection. And I just want us to have the free reign to celebrate each other in our individual and collective strengths. I know that there's so much, I just feel that there's so much coming through in our world today to divide and separate and just show that we're just so stubborn and stuck in our ways, all of us in some way, somehow. And how can we reach our hands out to each other and say, hey, I see you. Let's go through the hard stuff. Let's have the hard conversations so we can come out the other side and have that courage to step forth into that energy together and hold space for each other without condemning and judging and, you know, bullying. Like, how can we be gentle with each other and see ourselves in the other? Yeah, I think together we can create really powerful shifts and transformation, and by empowering and encouraging each other in our strengths and in our light at this time. So that's my prayer.
It's beautiful. I feel like you just find me saying that often. Like, that's beautiful. That's because it is. Like, I completely resonate with what you said there. And usually when it comes to empowering others and building others up, I don't like to put anyone else down in order to have that happen.
Yeah.
And so that would be a beautiful intention or prayer to have while you're mixing your incense. Just wanted to see if you wanted to mix with me today or...
Sure. I like this part.
So like I said earlier, you do have quite a few ingredients. You're more than welcome, of course, to bring in any of the other herbs you may have seen on your worksheet or anything else that calls to you. But in your kit, what we have again is the copal, and this is going to be great for those who are looking to find a way, a channel through which souls from the spirit can make their way back to earth. I
Yeah.
like to use it really great for purifying my space. It's again my go-to resin. One of the deities I actually work with, this is her favorite offering, is the white copal, specifically the white copal. I know
Yeah.
there's golden, there's mystic, there's black copal.
I use white copal. It's the only actual scent that I will burn in my home, aside from clary sage.
I love clary sage too,
Yeah.
yeah. Like anything clean, slightly medicinal or herbaceous, I kind of gravitate towards
I'm
those.
also just very sensitive to burning herbs to different smokes and incense, and so these are like the two okay for my
Yeah, so we have that, and
senses.
I'm just gonna grab our bowl.
Wow.
Here we go. We're gonna mix in this today.
Okay. Let me know if I can help you.
Yeah.
Just pour it in.
So one thing I recommend whenever you're working with your incense, you're working with your herbs, your oils, is something I do in my own practice. I'll sit and I'll connect to the spirit of that herb, resin, oil, and I allow it to speak to me and through me so that I know, okay, so this is my overall intention, but this is what the spirit is saying. This is how it's going to be able to help me. This is how it's going to be an ally. And so creating a relationship with your tools, regardless if it's just a candle, a perfume, the stone or crystal allies you have, down to the powders that you're using. They're all
Energies
very,
everywhere. They're energetically
energy or
activated.
mana, yeah. And then next up we have cinnamon. This is one of my favorite spices.
They used to say, chew cinnamon so others will think sweetly of you.
I like that. I would probably add just a little bit of honey because I've tried chewing cinnamon once and it was interesting experience.
So my dad would always give me cinnamon gum. I would chew it before school, so I would think people would think sweetly of me.
So cinnamon is a great attracting spice or herb to work with. This is great for those who are looking to add. If you wanted like more romance and love and things like that, you could also work with this to spice things up. Yep. Me personally, I like to use it for prosperity and abundance. One practice I like to share with folks, every first Sunday of the month, I'll get a bit of this cinnamon powder and I'll rub it in my hand and I will wash my hands in money, wash my hands in abundance, wash it in cinnamon.
Also just show, like,
Yeah.
look at, I just want to show you guys how intentional Hanale is with her crafting.
Yeah, so we have the copal in the middle and then in a clockwise manner, I added the cinnamon. Again, this is like a barrier of abundance here for the intention that you're calling in. And next up we have clove, another beautiful spice to work with. Cinnamon and clove go hand in hand. It's like peaches and cream, peanut butter and jelly.
Yep. Clove is really good for healing the mouth also. Honestly, okay, it's 2024. Let me give you a real life example. Let me give you a modern day example. If you've ever whitened your teeth with like Zoom whitening or something a little too much, or your teeth are sensitive after dental work, clove is the lifesaver. It's gonna soothe those nerves. It's gonna create like a numbing effect, but it's the only thing that would help me after teeth whitening. I swear it's the most painful thing ever. The nerves are just open, and clove is just, it saved my life.
Adding a little bit of that. And then for the Palo Santo, this is, I like to pair this with white sage sometimes if I'm like clearing energy. So I'll do white sage, rosemary, or maybe some cedar. And then I'll follow up with Palo Santo because, yes, this is very great for purifying and cleansing. But it also helps invite positive spirits into your space.
I'm gonna save some of this clove.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so for that, I'm just
very strong. The clove is very, very strong.
Sprinkle a little bit in here.
Which one is this?
This is Palo Santo,
Oh, yay.
which is the literal translation is holy wood, and so it is a sacred offering. I just wanted to add a little scoop or a little sprinkle of that in there.
I like that you're being mindful with it and conservative of it.
And so we've got everything blended just about. We also have our mako powder. Again, this has the same notes as your stealth perfume, stealth candle. And I wanted to talk more about Jaguar medicine and why we decided to call this stealth. Um, the Jaguar, like I said, likes to kind of stalk their prey before pouncing. I believe their name is inspired by, or it's he who kills in one pounce, he who kills in one jump.
Yep.
And so you'll never know what the next move is until it's too late with this spirit, with this energy. I also really appreciate working with this medicine because they're really great for calling in power, strength, and resilience. A lot of the qualities that you'll find too in the lion spirit, like big cat spirit.
Yeah, and they can also, don't they swim?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
right? Because most cats are, you think a cat like doesn't like water, but jaguars, they swim. I'm pretty sure through like rivers, and they're comfortable in the land and water. And they can even stalk in the water too.
So we have, yeah, we have that energy of earth and spirit and water coming together with this medicine. Some things I've heard too. If you see like a jaguar, if the jaguar comes into your space or you see signs of it, this could be all about spiritual rebirth or even a call to do a vision quest of any sorts. Essentially, what this medicine or what it's helping teach you is to assert yourself more. And I strongly associate this with your solar plexus.
Mm-hmm.
This is like your center of confidence. Like I'm that ish.
Yes. Well, the solar plexus is, I think of it as like your inner sun, where you shine, where you radiate, where your courage and sense of self and how you present yourself in every room, how you're being, how your energy is affecting others. Are you, if your solar plexus is unbalanced, you could really, dampen other people's energy and bring people down, or rather than elevate and uplift. And your joy comes from the center also. It's like, are you going to bring people up and uplift them and elevate them and shine brighter and shine a light on things and add like a positive impact? Yeah.
I like that.
So
one thing I think of, especially with solar plexus and how, when you're healing and working on it, I think of the person's presence in the room very much like you said, when it's off kilter, if it's not balanced, you'll be dimming everyone else around you. I always wonder, like, if your solar plexus is balanced, what does your presence feel like in a room? Does it too feel balanced, would you say?
I would say there, when even if you go into a room and you're feeling insecure or intimidated or closed, you're gonna notice it in your body, how you're entering. Or I always like to look for people, maybe, if, and not to like call them out, but ask questions. Hey, what do you feel you need right now? Or if you could ask yourself, what would it take for me to roll my shoulders back and to shine my heart and to bring and shine my light in this, And I also wanted to say, like, I think of jaguars, like, you think of the lion and you think, oh, the mane and the pride and the joy and the, confidence and courage. And then you think of the jaguar, and I really do think of, like, this sexy, like, mysterious, secretive energy, almost like the sun and the moon, but still that big cat energy. Yeah, and I think there's really a lot of importance to discretion, introspection, and keeping things to yourself, not having to put it all on display,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's actually what I was going to encourage you guys today under tonight's new moon. And so I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. So we have all of our ingredients here. I've placed the mako powder that's been infused with the stealth. And so what I'm going to be doing is infusing this as I mix it together and infusing it with the intention. Sometimes I'll let you know what it is that I want to manifest or bring in as an example. This time around, though, because we are working with the Jaguar energy, this is something I would recommend you keep to yourself. Not so much because to keep your enemies guessing, but like just to keep everyone kind of in the dark. Not everyone needs to know every single dream or aspiration or every intention, every manifestation that you're bringing in. Sometimes it's good to keep things to yourself.
Yeah,
Um, mm-hmm.
honor your truth and what you need. And you know, I want to speak to that because we never know. It's like even if you shared everything with somebody, that's only scratching the surface.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they could never know the whole story. And some people, sometimes with our lack of awareness or, understanding, it's only natural for our minds as the computers that they are, as the tools that they are for us to be in control of. They can fill in the blank or make up stories or create assumptions,
Yes.
and that doesn't serve anybody. So when someone is kind of keeping things to themselves, I would encourage us to have that awareness of not filling in the blank for them and allowing people to reveal themselves and what they would like about themselves in time, in their own time, and just be honoring of that.
Yeah.
Right?
So, next thing, sorry, this came to my head. I'm going to go ahead and get a pinch of our incense that we made. And the rest of it, I'm going to burn just a bit as True leads us into meditation. And the rest of it, though, I will be placing in our jar here. And I highly recommend you work with this for the rest of the month as you're sowing that seed, as you're watering that intention, as you're growing that manifestation that you're working with. Burn this for 5-10 minutes every day until the full moon, until it grows into its fullness, into its fruition.
Yeah.
I would work with this every day.
And then you can reflect on what you see sprouting, and as things start to, generate in your life, maybe you notice the changes and the shifts that are occurring along the way, along the journey, and not just, in comparison from the beginning to the end or the next chapter.
Packing this is a lot harder than it looks. I really love these jars, though.
They're really pretty. Yeah, they're beautiful.
One thing I did not mention earlier, we do have our oracle card today from Teotihuacan. This is the sacred site for this new moon. If you've been following us for a while now, we've been doing a different sacred site for every new moon, and then the mythological creature for every full moon. I really like this one because it reminds me very much of the personal temple that I travel into. And so, how would you describe this?
Well, Teotihuacan, it's actually translated to City of the Gods,
Mm.
or it's an ancient metropolis near modern day Mexico City that was flourishing around 200 AD.
Wow.
So it's ancient. And actually, I am very interested and intrigued by ancient Maya. And one of the greatest blessings that I love to share, that was shared with me and that I love to pass on, is gifting people their galactic signatures, which is like they're the ancient Maya version of the energetic imprint. Like we look to our zodiac signs. Well, they had a different way of looking at that, and it's really amazing. It seems to resonate very deeply with those I share it with. So, if you'd like, check in with me, and I can do a reading for you.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it reminds me of my personal temple. I love that you said City of the Gods and that connection to spirit because it's very much what I do when I enter my temple, or enter the temple, if you will. And so if that's something you would like to incorporate into your practice, meditate with the card and your incense every single day of this month until the full moon.
Yeah. Beautiful. Should we use the
Yeah, I'm gonna light this a little bit.
I was gonna say the smudging wand though.
Okay.
The smudging wand? Or this broom?
Oh, this is
broom
just the little broom wand.
Hmm.
I have so many letters. It is great.
Did you make this?
This one?
Yeah.
No. I just added a little charm to it.
Nice. It's really cool.
So this. Yeah. So we've lit our incense, just to help kind of set the mood and energy for our meditation. I was wondering, after meditation, if you would like to kind of end it with the whistle.
Oh, sure. Sure. I've never used that. Do you have to like hold it in a certain way?
I just like to hold it like this and blow straight through. It's really, again, a really interesting sound.
Okay. I can't wait to make the interesting sound. I feel like it's going to surprise me. Okay.
Yes. Very much like the Jaguar when it pounces on you unexpectedly.
Okay. May I have the sound bowl? Oh, also, are there new moon cards in there?
Yes, I was thinking if we had
Let's do it.
time, pulling a little card for the collective.
Let's do it, and that's what we'll base the meditation on.
Okay, yeah.
Sound good?
So she plays that. This is just going to be a collective read for everyone here that's joining us.
Take a deep breath. Melt the muscles over the bones. Drop into your body. Be present. Just notice how you're feeling. Notice how you're breathing. Notice what is coming up for you. How are you being? How are you being? And I just play this frequency to align our solar plexus chakras so we can shine with more vibrance, more authenticity. Not be afraid to fail forward and make mistakes, and to bypass the fear or feel the fear and do it anyway, even if your voice shakes.
So the first card that we pulled for tonight, Burning to Surrender.
How appropriate.
The intention here is I let go of all needs and expectations, trusting that I am already in receipt of exactly what is meant for me at this time.
Ow, ow.
I trust that my needs are honored and met by forces seen and unseen who support, nourish, and love me in which only for my happiness. And then our second card is Burning for Truth.
Hey, let's go.
I live in deep transparency and honor my inner truth. I recognize my voice and trust it above the voices of other humans. As I live my truth, I become a model of authentic living and give tacit permission to others to follow their own paths towards truth.
Yes, step into your sovereignty.
Then our final card, Happy Heart. My heart is full and happy, and I experience the depth and breadth of my emotions. I allow all emotions into my heart, but as I do, I focus my intention on joy without guilt or shame.
Without guilt or shame. Aho, ashe, ashe.
And then I just wanted to show you guys here.
Unapologetically you. Go ahead and just take 3 more breaths. Maybe flip your palms to face upward to receive some energy. Notice where you've been holding any tension in your body. Breathe into that space. Invite that energy to move. just feel called to invite you to allow a song that inspires courage to pop into your head. Turn your inner jukebox on and just allow Spirit to play you a song. Maybe something that makes you want to dance. Something that, shatters any sense of embarrassment or insecurity. I always think, as a Scorpio that I am, I treat people as if they're dying. To honor their life, their heart, their uniqueness, their energy, their life force. To be patient with people. And remember that they're all human. We are all human. And we're here to learn. So what is that song for you? If it was the last dance you could ever dance, how would you show up? How would you dance? How would you move? How would you play? How would you shine? Would it be something slow and honoring of your soul? Would it be something more groovy and fast-paced? Would it be something more erotic and revealing? Whatever that song is that's playing for you, I invite you to dance, to shake off any insecurity or feelings of low self-worth, anything that is not serving your higher purpose as you're meant to shine in this life. There's no more time for playing small. The stage calls forth and you are ready. Shine your light only the way that you know how. And this is my prayer. Sorry.
Thank you for that.
What song did you hear? Do you want to share it?
It was something like Raining Men before, and
Yes.
why is that raining? But then when you started speaking about like erotic and stuff, it was like Closer by Nine Inch Nails. And I go, that is not where I want to go. Why is the rain there?
Okay.
But it did finish off with a more cultural song.
Nice.
I don't know how all three of those work together.
Okay,
but we're
amazing.
gonna find out.
I love it. It was like a shuffle.
Yeah, my mind was definitely on shuffle.
That's so good.
Very much like how my music playlist is like. I also wanted to say one last oracle message because we do have our oracle card.
Yes, please.
The message from Teotihuacan is, just as this city stood as a beacon of culture and spirituality, you are encouraged to delve into your own roots and uncover the hidden strengths and knowledge within you. The monumental pyramids of Teotihuacan remind you that with vision and perseverance, you can build a legacy that stands the test of time. I wanted to read this because, for me personally, for those who know my story a little bit, I've had to piece together my culture, my roots, and applying it to how I would live it now in modern time. Yes, we have some of the ceremonies and rituals that we used to do in the past, but coming from a culture that celebrates through oral traditions, not very written and much of anything, it's hard to place things brick by brick.
Right.
And so having that encouragement to dive deeper into my own roots felt very much needed. I'm kind of excited for you to play our...
You want me to do the whistle now? Okay.
Again, with the Jaguar medicine, this is all about not letting them know your next move, doing things kind of in the shadows a bit, and just not having to air out your business all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't know what I'm going to do next month. I don't know it either. But that's okay.
Or, like, moment to moment, you know? Okay. Why do I feel like I'm about to sit on a whoopee cushion, huh?
No, you're fine.
That's how it feels. Okay. You're trying really hard not to laugh at me. What's happening? I did it wrong? Did I do it?
No, that is
That's
exactly
it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Do you hear the
That
roaring?
feels better.
You see?
Yeah.
You hear it? So not letting them know what your next move is until you're ready.
Ooh, told me I look like a cat. Love it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So.
spooky. Ooh. And they each come with a different crystal on their head,
they
right?
do. So it's like a
Someone earlier with amethyst on its
intuitively
head.
chosen.
Cool. And they're handmade out of clay. They're so cool.
Hope that as you work with this whistle, because I have one at home too, it just allows you to really embody that resilience, perseverance, the strength, the courage, to continue moving like that big cat.
It sounds like an angry kitty.
And sometimes that's necessary. If you feel like in order to speak your piece, you got to come out a little aggressive. That's okay.
Yeah.
Especially if for me personally, I'm not super aggressive. I kind of keep to behind the scenes, keep to myself, mind my business. But again, my Mars is in Leo, so when I do reach that point, it's really interesting.
Oh. Well, there we have it. I don't know. I was gonna maybe play a song.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Just, I was wondering, can everybody please post in the comments what song played in your head?
I probably won't post mine because...
Let's just do a shuffle then. Let's see. I was thinking Unstoppable by Sia.
Ah, yeah, that is really powerful.
Unstoppable today. Yeah, she has some really beautiful, I think it says, I'm so powerful, I'm so confident, I don't need batteries to something, I don't know. I don't know the lyrics very well, but it's a very, summon your courage type of song. Yeah, Unstoppable by Sia, it's a really good one. I loved it.
One that popped into my head too is like This Girl's on Fire, Girl on Fire.
Yes.
That's a good one too.
That's a really good one. Let's see.
Yeah. That, again, thank you all for joining us tonight. I think I'm going to go ahead and
let's shuffle play. Oh, Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. It's a good one. And, oh, this is great too. Let's end with this. Emmy Melly, I Am Woman. Oh, can you see it? Have you heard it? We'll put it in the thing.
Yeah, we'll leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Hope you guys feel empowered by tonight's new moon. Again, I strongly encourage that you work with your incense, your creation, work with your candle and your perfume every single night until the full moon, when she's at her fullest, ready for expansion, and yeah.
Yes. Be yourself the loudest, most beautiful, and earth-shaking way that you can be. We're all doing our best at every moment. So be gentle, be easy with each other, especially with yourself. Move in love.
With that, I look to Spirit, that which connects us all. Thank you for coming to the space, and with gratitude, I release you. To our ancestors, those who prayed before us, before we even walked, before we came into conception, with gratitude, with grace, we thank you. We look to our angel guides. Thank you for entering this space, and with gratitude, we release you. To the element of the north, earth, thank you for providing your stability and your strength throughout this ritual. With gratitude, we release you. To the element of the west, waters, flow, fluidity, and of transformation, ebb and flow, we thank you for going in and through us. With gratitude, we release you. To the south, the element we sat in under this beautiful new moon in Leo, fires of creativity and transformation, rebirth, death and rebirth. With gratitude, we thank you and we release you. And finally, to the east, the element of air, that which breathes life into us and allowing us to soar through the winds of transformation and new beginnings. We thank you. With gratitude, we release you. And with that, I say Amen, Ashe.
Amen. Oh, ashe, ashe. And so it is. I started hearing dun 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 dun. Dun. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
Go ahead and make sure our quote. Yep.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.
Just a bit of housekeeping.
Yeah.
Our Lionsgate, our Lionsgate is still going to sale. 33% off with code ROAR. So go on, head over to sagegoddess.com.
What was the code?
ROAR. And then just a gentle reminder that Lionsgate portal is active, and so expect an 8/8 portal or a ceremony soon, a recording soon. Thank you all again.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing the role for us tonight, and happy new moon Leo, y'all.
Happy new moon in Leo.